Hey guys, I'm Dan Whittaker. Today we are going to take a look at different shots around the greens from different locations and have a look at how you can best choose the best shot for the location of where the ball is. It's a gorgeous morning here in Highley. We're at the 17th green, which is just located just in front of my studio. So what we're going to do is first off have a look at this first ball here. So if this would be a typical approach shot, you've left a little bit short of the green. Okay, got quite a lot of green to work with here. Ball's just laying the fairway, probably a club short in length. Now for today, because I'm going up over a little ridge here, probably looking at something like the 54. But if I didn't have a ridge to go over, or I was on the right hand side of the green over here, I've got lots of green to work with. I might use a straight face club, maybe even a pitching wedge or a 9 iron. Obviously I've got loads of room then to land the ball in to let it run out. But from here today, what we're looking at is going to have a look at it with the 54 degree. So I've got plenty of greens to work with. Greens are pretty firm this morning, kind of feeling it here. They're very firm, there's a lot of dew on it. They're very, very firm. So the only difference the dew's probably going to make is to my strike location. A bit of water on the golf ball, so that's going to reduce the friction between the ball and the face, the amount of spin we're going to get. So simply looking at where I'm going to try and land this, I'm going to land this probably just over halfway, just over the top of a little hill, and then kind of let it release the hole. So all we're making sure doing is, on this shot, is making sure that the left shoulder continues travelling on the way through. Okay, so we're going to have a little bit of weight towards the front foot, not massive amounts. Ball's just behind the centre spot. Okay, and I'm just making sure that I keep the body moving on the way through the shot. Grab, 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 grab. Gammed it. Sorry. Who believed that one? Oh wow. If nothing else happens now, I'm overjoyed. Anyway, sorry. So this one, we can see is the same length of shot short of the hole. Okay, but we've got a little bit of a downslope here, kind of pretty firm in here. I'm coming out of a little bit of rough there, so I'm not going to get as much grab. Obviously still loads of dew, so that's probably again going to affect the friction. So this is definitely not going to be a 54. I've not got anywhere near enough green to play with. Okay, so looking at where I want to land it, just over the slope. Okay, the ball's going to come off a little higher in the face here, which is going to affect the spin. Okay, and it's going to mean that the flight should just pop up a little bit more, probably come off a little bit dead. Okay, so hopefully I can take advantage of this, land it on the slope and just let it run out towards the hole. That's worked out pretty nicely. Although that, I didn't feel like I struck that well, to be honest with you. Caught really high in the face, but because I was aware of what the spin would be with it being higher in the face, I could get away with it only landing here on this downslope and it would run out. I didn't have to think about it spinning at all. So it actually worked out really nicely. So here we are, like a little bit short-sided on this one. Probably got a couple of options. The green sat back up into me a little bit here. It's a little bit sat down, and if anything, it's a bit muddy around it here. Kind of, so it feels like it's going to want to stick a little bit. These are the sorts of lie at this time of year when it's autumn. None of us really like. We feel like there's a chance of stubbing it a little bit just because the ground's so soft. So what we're going to be looking at, somewhere landing this in around this sort of area here. Okay, hopefully this then just sort of releases out to the hole. It's going to play this similar to the last shot. I don't feel like I've got a lot to do, so I'm just going to kind of play it, just rocking the shoulders. I think the birds could have quietened down, couldn't you? Didn't consider it. So, right, ball's in the centre, tiny bit of weight on the front foot, but hardly anything. I was just going to try and play this nice and smooth, just keep the shoulders moving, particularly make sure the left shoulder keeps moving. Talked about the stub. There we go, how bad's that? Let's play that one more time. We've got to be able to do better than that. We go from holing one to stubbing it. I told myself I didn't like that. How bad's that? Oh my gosh. Let's try it again. Okay, so let's make sure we just at least keep the shoulders moving. So that was landed really soft. I could actually fly that a lot further than I thought I needed to. So it's landed a pretty decent distance, only just trickled out about 2-3 feet past the hole. So that's a pretty good result, that one. So it's landed a little bit further. It's not bad at all. Now here's probably the most difficult shot. This would be one that's gone way past the flag. I've overclubbed, but it's kicked off a slope. It's now sat down a little bit, okay? Now this is the one shot I've got to play with a bit more spin. I've got to look at landing this in this sort of area with a bit of check on it, so then it's only the momentum that will take the ball down the hill towards the hole. So looking at this shot, I'm going to have to definitely play this very, very, very differently. So what we're going to be looking at is opening the face just a little bit, okay, making sure that I let the club just release a little bit more through, because I want this to spin quite a bit more. Make sure once again I've done all the chip shot, left shoulder always keeps on moving. Hopefully with this shot I've got a bit of room for error to land this in the slope and it should trickle down. Feels like that's what should happen. Let's take a look, see what we get. So a little bit of weight in the heels just to shallow out the contact. Hopefully throw this up a little bit more. Oh, fatted that badly. Got away with that. That was a really poor contact. Definitely got behind the ball there, but a bit of thought there was I used the bounce. Didn't think about the leading edge. The leading edge is what's always going to dig and grab. Using the bounce is going to skim it. That's skimmed, it's checked. I've got about 4 feet. So if we have a quick look at this over here, where these have finished, you know, from these variety of shots, probably got one gimme. This one's feels like a pretty easy putt. This was the last shot, which was the most difficult. Genuinely, I wouldn't be that disappointed with this. It's a pretty straight cut up the green. So it's a pretty good result. Fluked one in. But if we have a look, these have ended up working out pretty nicely. It's all about choosing the shot for where your ball has finished. So the last one, I had to spin it. I had to float it. I had a ridge to come over, and I couldn't mess around with slopes here and hope it ran down. The other one, first one I had to run it, I had so much green to play with. The other one here I had to land it soft on a downslope, and the other one I could have played whatever I wanted from that short-sided one. That's your option to play the one that you feel most comfortable with. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I've really enjoyed doing this morning. Beautiful morning to do it. Didn't think the ball would react as well as this on the greens, to be honest with you. So much due about. This is really difficult to get the contact. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I've got some great content coming forwards. I've got some awesome videos that we're going to be doing myself and Rick Shields and loads of other people. If you tell us what you'd like to see, I'd love to know what you think. Do you like the short game? Do you like them inside? Do you like the videos outside? What is the content you guys would like to see? Thanks a lot for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and I will speak with you again very soon.